Good to see you this Sunday evening. We've been keeping tabs on the radar for the last several hours across our region, seeing some sleet and even some snowfall across the region in this first burst of moisture kind of continuing to move across the Triad out of our area now as it continues to shift east. A closer look at this. We've seen lots of heavy snowfall amounts, even up to 2 to 3 inches in some counties toward our north as well as to our west. For us here in the Triad, we've seen up to around ½ inch so far of accumulation, but we're starting to see that part of the system move away, taking that moisture with it. Going to be dry for the most part into the next several hours, but we have seen some snowfall amounts across our area. If it wants to load here real quick, take a look at this snow in Madison, North Carolina. We saw between 2 to 3 inches in this area. This was sent in by Zach Thompson. The snow here coating the cars. You can see how heavy it's coming down in the background, with the backdrop being the trees here and the power lines. Lots of large, heavy snowflakes across our area, more than I've seen in quite a long time. And here's the snow in Eden, where we saw over two inches of snow. Kelly and Pretty sit this afternoon. Beautiful sight here. Looks like a winter wonderland. This was taken at around 3:15 in the afternoon. Since then it has stopped. Also in Stokes County, this was actually in Lawsonville, saw up to around 3 inches of accumulation with sleet and snow. This was sent in by Dwayne Young. So beautiful snow amounts in some places for us here in the Triad. Again, not quite as much, but still a little bit for the area. It has moved out since then. Freezing rain is going to be turned possible into the night tonight, and as it does so and temperatures start to warm up into tomorrow morning, it is going to turn inches to regular plain old rain. Winter weather advisory though has been expanded not only for portions of in the North Triad, but also for central North Carolina, just to the north of Raleigh as well. This winter weather advisory is calling for just very light minor impacts from the freezing rain that is possible overnight. Again, that rain is going to freeze on contact with the surface. That can cause for hazardous driving conditions and a lot of slick spots while you're on the roadway. So make sure you're staying careful. Winter storm warning in effect till 7 o'clock tomorrow evening for portions of the North Carolina mountains, where accumulation is expected with the snowfall anywhere between 1 to 5 inches in total from this system. Greensboro right now, temperatures are sitting at around 30 degrees, so below freezing. Winds are also pretty calm across the region. The weather cam network, still lots of low-level clouds, where we see even in Danville here start to see a little bit of accumulation. You could see some snow still on the buildings here, and High Point upper 20s and lower 30s, helping to keep that snow in place. Local temperatures across the board, we've been in the upper 20s and lower 30s. A lot cooler today than we actually expected it to be, which was why we were able to receive that snowfall in the first place. With cooler temperatures and the whole atmospheric profile, the snow was able to come down and also accumulate on the surface for a lot of us. Right now we're at around 30 degrees in Greensboro and in Reedsville, 31 in Winston-Salem, Burlington, Yanceyville, and High Point. A little bit warmer though as we head south, where we weren't able to receive any of those wintry weather reports, given it was just too warm. 36 in Asheboro and in Lexington, 35 Salisbury, 38 there in Albemarle. Let's zoom in a little bit in Greensboro, right at freezing here in Pleasant Garden and in Liberty, 32 in Elon, 31 in Burlington. Let's go over here to Forsyth County, 31 in Winston-Salem, 30 in Walkerton, and as we go to the north, could be even cooler, upper 20s and lower 30s as well, especially towards Surrey County. Pilot Mountain, we're currently in the lower 30s as well, all across the board, but to our south, mid to upper 30s. Feels like temperatures right on par, upper 20s and lower 30s as well. Freezing rain risk into the night tonight. Want to keep this, as up to date as possible. We issued this on Friday. Could see a little bit of a glaze for us in the Piedmont Triad, but the majority of this threat is going to stay to our north as well as to our west, with temperatures that are likely going to be just below freezing. For us here in Greensboro, I currently have a forecast of around 33 degrees, and that's not to say we couldn't hit 32, which is what we would need for freezing rain to occur in the area. So just a degree off from the forecast, and again, it will freeze on contact, and that'll create slick spots while you're driving. If you're going to be out driving early into tomorrow morning or perhaps very late into tonight, make sure you're being careful. Don't drive unless you absolutely have to. If it were up to me, I would say don't drive until the sun rises tomorrow and temperatures get above freezing. We start to see a little bit more rain move into the area, and that'll kind of help wash out any of that frozen rainfall. Winter precip, we've been seeing this all day today. Again, regular rain. I just kind of want to explain the science a little bit, kind of break down what each winter precipitation is and how it forms. Again, we have our ice crystals up here with the colder air, but as it hits that section right here of warmer air, it just turns into regular old rain, which is what we're going to be seeing later into tomorrow morning. Sleet, on the other hand, where a lot of other people have been reporting this across the Piedmont, has a little section right here of warm air where it's able to melt into regular old rain and then refreeze. And that's how we can see that little bit more ice pellets across the area from sleet itself. And then we have freezing rain, which is, the hazard that we're expecting into the night tonight, where we have cold air, a bigger section of warmer air, and then very cold air at the surface, or just at or below 32 degrees, freezes on contact with the surface, of course. And then we just have plain old regular snow where we saw across the area for the day today. Traffic, also have been keeping an eye on this for the last several hours. Wanted to note that here in Surry County, with the amount of sleet and snow across the region, has been causing a lot of issues for those that have been on the roads and traveling. I haven't seen really these kind of let up in the last couple of hours. Lots of accidents and even some road closings, standstill traffic in some areas, even some new updates here in Guilford County of an accident as well. Not sure if that's correlated with the weather conditions, but it very well could be. But we've been seeing lots of very heavy traffic here heading into Surry County, White Plains, Long Hill. Seeing this line here of purple and red, this indicates that this is a standstill here. Could even see a road closing here these next couple of hours. Wanted to show you real quick a glimpse at Blowing Rock. We're in the mid to upper 20s and seeing a little bit more sunshine through the clouds here in North Carolina mountains. Again, our winter weather alert winter weather impact alert continues until 8 o'clock into tomorrow evening due to that threat for wintry mix overnight due to freezing rain that's possible to freeze on the surface. Plus, we could even see a brief period of very light snow into tomorrow afternoon as well before that system starts to completely move out of the area. Main threat is going to be watching for slick roads if you're on the roads, and also just making sure you're slowing down. A look at our futurecast these next several hours. This is when we're really going to have to pay a little bit more attention. Freezing rain going to be possible overnight by around 3 a.m., continuing through the early morning hours by 5 or 6 again. And if this line is able to move just a little bit, of temperatures in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point are able to go down just a bit near around freezing, then this line will shift and we'll be seeing freezing rain for our area. Still could see a couple of slick spots from the accumulation that we saw this afternoon as well. By the time we get to around 7 or 8 o'clock, most of this turning into just flat out rain. But it could be heavy at times across the area as this system continues to lift and kind of push toward the north as well as to our east. We could see an isolated snow shower as well heading into the afternoon and into the evening, although most of that threat is going to stay to our north as well as to our east as the system continues to exit. We've had Joseph Leonard kind of keeping an eye to the sky throughout the area, throughout the Triad, that is, throughout this afternoon, and he has an update for us.
We're in LeBauer Park in downtown Greensboro, where you can see this wintry mix is still sticking to the ground here. Now, in the past couple of hours, we've kind of seen it die down as far as that freezing rain, ice, and snow, but it was still enough to build a tiny little snowman just like this one. Now, LeBauer Park has been a really popular spot for so many families to come stop by and play in the snow. The ice skating rink here has definitely been a hot spot for the past couple of hours. We've been talking to folks out here, some coming from the Tanger Center, others who say they took their dog out here to play fetch. Children telling us they've been having snowball fights all day long and making snow angels here at the park. And in between all of this fun, the families here are warming up and taking advantage of the heaters out here. And while it isn't what most people hope for when these winter weather events roll through, so many tell us they're just happy to see some snow this winter. Now, meteorologists say there is a possibility of some freezing rain tonight, so if you are on the roadways, please be safe. Reporting in Greensboro, Joseph Leonard, WFMY News 2.
Thanks so much, Joseph. Yeah, we've been keeping an eye on the radar for that possible freezing rain chance into the night tonight. Current temperatures across the region as of a little bit after 5 o'clock, we're in the lower 30s still, much warmer to our south. And you'll notice this weather system has brought in much cooler air, especially to our north, with more and more snow toward the north as well. But it's also bringing some severe weather to our south and portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas as well, heading into Alabama. But for us, we're receiving the cooler part of it. it. Again, this is the surface analysis as this continues to kind of push toward our area. More rain into early tomorrow morning, turning into just regular rain for tomorrow afternoon. However, we could see a snow burst into the evening, so we'll be keeping tabs on that and continuing to keep you updated. This is the system itself. Again, the last several hours we've been watching that snow kind of move through the area here in the Triad, moving toward the east right now, and we'll continue to track it into the night tonight for that freezing rain chance. Into the day tomorrow, we're still going to be seeing that weather impact alert through 8 o'clock with that little brief snow chance for the afternoon and evening. After that, though, starting to clear out. We're in the mid to upper 30s, and it's just going to be downright cold. Overnight temperatures in the teens and lower 20s. Plus, we're keeping our eyes on another system heading into next weekend.